Yeah, it's really interesting to try and pull apart the dynamics of these things, and you can always go one macro level higher, and you can often also go one micro level deeper on many things. But going macro and trying to understand the causes of these things can be really fruitful. And when I primarily wore my wealth tech hat, it was very much this conversation of like, well, the TAMPs do asset allocation, and if we just repackage asset allocation and put a mobile experience on top, like that's what the product should be. Or it's this pie chart that is um, like a uh, I forget all the words. Like a sub-advisor, and what you're really offering on top of that is financial planning, and that's the value, or like your tax advice or whatever it is. Um, and that's that comes with, you're presupposing um, the question, the answer that you're finding, which is like, oh, in 2015 or 2014, Betterment's just a pie chart, or Wealthfront's just a pie chart. You're asking a question, you're asking an uninteresting question, and you're getting an uninteresting answer, which is, the uninteresting question is, how can you automate an asset allocation? And the uninteresting answer is, well, you have a questionnaire, and it spits it out, and then you figure out which custodian to implement it in. The interesting question is, what happens when, bottoms up, you boil down every single financial function and financial instrument into its digital form, and not in a sort of window dressing way of what does it mean for a custodian or a broker dealer to quote unquote digitize, but if you really rethink how that comes together, and then you're able to repackage it in a very integrated way. And by the way, the whole thing feels like a video game. And so you've seen this happen now in a number of different verticals. You've seen this happen with retail trading and Robinhood. Advisors have a lot of things to say about Robinhood. Um, Robinhood makes $600 million and destroyed commissions for the whole industry, and made it clear that the only thing that actually makes money in capital markets is uh, market making. Everything else is there's no other value in trading other than market making, um, and that's what Robinhood taught us. Similarly, things like Chime or Moneyline, which are these point solutions for the underbanked, or various permutation of banking services focused on um, injecting credit into people's lives, right? So I get my paycheck every 2 weeks, but my bills are continuous, and so I need credit throughout the weeks, and I don't want to go to a payday lender. And by the way, most Americans don't have anything saved or are in debt. We know the statistics, right? And so these digital companies have done something about it, which is they've re-architected what it means to be a bank or a broker dealer or a payments company. For example, I believe it's Chime, although I might be wrong. It might be Moneyline, where the whole point of the free debit account is actually not the debit account, it's the interchange fee that you get from card spending. So you're giving somebody a bank account that they can access all the sort of cash flow services, but the fees that the company earns, which can be 1% or 2%, come from actual spending. So imagine if you're a financial advisor and you're giving advice on spending, you can charge $200 for a plan that nobody ever reads. Or let's say you can charge 1% on that client's spending because you also give them the card.